Alright, check this out. Ready? Going biz right there. Come right past them. Hack this health pack. Put that in there. Kill Lucio. Go for the Hanzo.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my third ever Overwatch character review video, guide video, whatever you want to call it. Today, I'm very excited to be doing Sombra, the newest character coming to Overwatch. I'm going to start doing these a lot more often. You may have seen my last video on skill-based matchmaking in Destiny, where I officially quit Destiny for the time being. That means a lot more Overwatch videos and a lot more character guides. And honestly, Sombra is a character that I have come to love over the past several weeks that she has been out, and I really wanted to do a video on her because I do love playing her on both offense and defense a lot of the times in quick play and in comp. Is she a competitive character? I'm going to start off by saying I don't believe that she fits into many team compositions in competitive these days. If you can master her, and pretty much just master being a distraction, she's almost as good as Genji in that respect. She can get behind people and chill out there. She doesn't necessarily need a healer to keep her HP up all the time, and she can just be a complete nuisance behind the enemy, pestering them, putting in a lot of damage, and even getting picks on healers every now and again. That's why I love her, is I just get behind people and I just mow them down. So let's get right into it with her abilities. Her first ability is a passive ability called Opportunist, and the official description is Sombra detects critically injured enemies through walls. So if you have that critical modifier on you, right? Like you know when you play healer and one of your teammates is super low health, it'll say critical on them, so you have to, it gives you that warning to go and heal them. Sombra has the same thing except for with enemies. So when they are critical health, it literally highlights them orange through walls so you can see where they go and where they move until they heal, obviously. It's a pretty cool ability. It allows you to kind of plan your attack against low health enemies. If you pick their healer, you do a ton of damage to a player, and then you have to back out of that situation. You can track them through walls, get around them, regen your health if you need to, and then plan your attack again in order to continue getting picks and staggering the enemy spawns. Her primary weapon is called the Machine Pistol. It is a super rapid-fire hit-scan weapon with 60 bullets in the magazine. Super fast reload speed as well. It says it's got a short fall-off range, but honestly, you can pepper enemies from super far away. It's just super good. It puts out a ton of damage. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Sombra's Machine Pistol in particular got a small nerf to damage in the near future, because it does a shit ton of damage simply because of its rate of fire and its ammo capacity. 60 bullets in the magazine lets you fire it for like 5 to 7 seconds straight. I'm not even kidding you. It shreds. It literally shreds. Like, you will easily kill offensive characters, healers, and defensive characters. You can easily kill all of those in one magazine. Tanks, you can kill them usually in 2, if not putting a crap ton of damage on them. But like, her SMG is so good. Like, her Machine Pistol is so good. I love it a ton. It's really good at close range. It's even good at medium range. It's practically like Tracer's weapons almost, except they fire a lot longer, and in my opinion, they're a little bit more accurate and do a little bit more damage at a time. Her main ability is the Hack. That is her left trigger on console. It has a maximum range of 15 meters, and usually it cooldowns in 12 seconds. Unfortunately, the Hack doesn't last very long. For abilities on your enemies, the Hack only lasts for 6 seconds. For health bars and ultimate status reveals, it only goes for 20 seconds. For health packs, it lasts for 60 seconds. And for turrets, it lasts for 10 seconds. So you can actually hack turrets. but it's only for 10 seconds. Health packs are your biggest thing, honestly. Obviously, you can see health bars and ultimate status reveals for 20 seconds by hacking your enemies, but the ability hacks only last for 6 seconds. So hacking health packs is literally your best bet. You can become almost a supplemental healer for your team, as well as yourself. That's what I like to do, as I usually just, off the start of a match, I will go invisible, get behind the enemy into their main, like the health packs that are coming out of their spawn. I will get in there, hack one of their health packs, set up a little kind of a tent kind of thing. You know, I'll throw my translocator, which I'll get to in a minute. Throw my translocator back there, and I will just shoot everyone in the back, and then translocate, heal, shoot everyone in the back. Do that over and over and over again. Use my invisibility to get out of sticky situations. It's so much fun. I love it. Hacking health packs is the best thing that you can possibly do in the game. I would not recommend hacking individual players unless they're like healers or something, or tanks with shields. Reinhardt and Winston. If you hack Reinhardt, he cannot put up his shield, so he's actually a pretty good person to hack. But I would honestly only hack specific people. Those specific people being Reinhardt, Zenyatta, maybe Mercy. Any healer, pretty much. I would say you hack them. Reinhardt, Zarya. Very few attack characters, maybe a Reaper, Soldier. Like I said, there are a few characters that you can hack just to get the upper hand on, because if you're behind someone hacking them, which, by the way, if you take damage, you can't hack people. So if you're trying to hack someone and then you get shot, the hack will stop and you will not be able to hack that person. So you have to be able to hack someone for a continuous, like, 1 or 2 seconds before the hack actually happens. So you pretty much have to be behind them. So if you're behind a Soldier or a Reaper, anyone that can get away from you, or if you're behind a Zenyatta that might be able to throw a Discord orb on you, if you're behind a Mercy that might be able to fly to their teammates, a Lucio that might be able to pump up the volume, a Reinhardt that might be able to put up their shield, a Zarya that might be able to put up their shield, you want to hack them first so you can get the upper hand, get a ton of damage on them, and they can't do anything to get away from you, and then you can get that pick. It's super, super nice. But like I said, hacking health packs is probably your best bet, in my personal opinion. Always hack people after you hack a health pack, because your hacked health packs should be your backup point. You should always be trying to get back there, and that should be your main base of operations behind the enemy, is your hacked health pack, so you can just get it over and over again and heal yourself, so you don't necessarily need a healer to help you out. Your next ability is Thermal Optic Camo. It literally makes you invisible. It's literally active camo from Halo, except you're pretty much completely invisible. People can still shoot you, but it's very, 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 like, you're very invisible. Like, it's very, very hard to see you. You can run straight in front of people, straight past people. Getting shot does disable the camouflage, as well as shooting, trying to use your abilities, all that disrupts the camo. I'd also like to mention that your speed is pretty much a sprint while you're in camo. So while you're in camo, you pretty much have Soldier's sprint ability unlimited. But while you're not in camo, you have normal move speed. So not only are you invisible, but you're super, super fast. So that's why Thermal Optic Camo is so powerful. Like I said, you can get shot out of it. If you try to shoot people, you will disable the camo. The cooldown is 6 seconds, so not that great of, or not that bad of a cooldown. And it lasts for 6 seconds as well. So it's a pretty nice ability. Allows you to get behind enemies super easy. Allows you to get away out of sticky situations. Although if you're getting shot at, usually the camo will be disabled, and then you're kind of screwed at that point. But that's why you have to be careful. You have to use her mobility to your advantage. You have to use your next ability, the Translocator, to your advantage as well. You toss out a beacon, which you can instantly teleport back to while it's active, including mid-fight. So if you're taking a lot of damage and you have a Translocator back on your hacked health pack, boom, you teleport right back to it. Unfortunately, the biggest downside of this beacon is its duration. It only lasts for 15 seconds. So if you toss it and then you're engaging the enemy for more than 15 seconds, your Translocator beacon will literally run out. And if you try and teleport back to it, you won't have a Translocator beacon, and you'll just be caught out in the open with no escape plan. and you'll die. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for you. So this translocator beacon is the biggest thing on your class. You have to master using this, because otherwise you're screwed. I'm literally not even kidding. I was playing Sombra. I kept not even noticing the translocator timer, and it would run out, and then I would just be caught out in the open shooting at groups of enemies, and they would gangbang me and I would die. You have to always make sure that your translocator is up at all times. Always make sure you have that escape plan so you can get away from the enemy, so you're not dying and you can continue to be a pesky little distraction. Your ultimate is an EMP. Its area of effect is about 10 meters. Still pretty solid. I think you have to be within line of sight of them. I'm not 100% sure if it goes through walls. Don't quote me on that. But once again, it lasts for only 6 seconds. That's it, just 6 seconds. But the official description is: Sombra discharges electromagnetic energy in a wide radius, destroying enemy barriers and shields, and hacking all opponents caught in the blast. So, like I said, what this does is it disables the abilities of every single enemy caught in the blast, but it only does it for 6 seconds. Honestly, I'm going to be with you guys. I feel that other parts of Sombra could use nerfs. For example, her primary weapon, the machine pistol, I feel like it does a little bit too much damage, and I would see it getting a nerf possibly. But her ultimate and her hack ability, they're not that good when you hack actual enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it only lasts for 6 seconds where they can't use their abilities, which is not enough for an ultimate ability especially, but to make a clutch situation, right? If you're going to EMP a group of enemies, for example, I was playing competitive earlier. We were playing on Numbani, and we were in overtime, and I EMP the entire team, right? We're about to win this game. I EMP the entire team so they can't use their abilities, and I'm shooting at people. You know, we're trying to kill everyone. We kill like 4 out of the 6 enemy team, right? And then the Mercy just walks up 5 seconds later, or 7 seconds later, reses them all, and we get wiped. That Mercy res literally saved the game for them, and it, like, I EMP'd her, so it only lasted for 6 seconds, and immediately after that, she just hid. And then, as soon as 7 seconds was up, she just rezzed everyone and won the game. The EMP is just not good enough, in my opinion. Neither is the hack. It doesn't neutralize enemy abilities for long enough. I would say it should be more like 8 to 10 seconds. The hack should last, and then maybe nerf other parts of her hack ability, like maybe make health packs last a little bit less time, things like that. But in my opinion, it's not that great of a ultimate ability. Not that great when hacking actual players. It's just very specific situations that you want to do that. But for the most part, you want to be hacking health packs. Your EMP is decent, when you can pretty much just pop it whenever you want, so that people can't get away from you. And if you're team pushing, that'll mean that you can get a nice solid wipe. But you have to do it fast, because otherwise the enemies will regain their abilities and they'll run away, or they'll, a Mercy will res or something like that, and it'll completely screw up your entire push. Like I said, 6 seconds, not very long time. Still a very, very solid character, though. I love her personally. You're seeing gameplay of her now. She's super fun to play. Like I said, she's not competitive necessarily. She's pretty hard to play. But I personally don't think she fits in any competitive composition, especially with the current meta of competitive, which is 2 healers, 3 tanks, and a DPS. She's not going to be that DPS. So, not a competitive level, not a highest level character, but certainly a fun character, a character you can play in quick play if you master her. She's super, super good. Can be super annoying. You can get picks on healers really easily, just like McCree or Reaper or something like that if you're behind them. And she's super fun to play. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little Sombra review. Hope you guys try her out and try out my tips and tricks for playing her. You can even copy my gameplay, essentially, is what you can do. But like I said, translocator, that's the biggest part of your kit. You have to master using that. If you don't have a translocator up, just sit there until it comes up. Like, literally, that's it. Like, your translocator is that important. Something I wanted to add in very quickly is a list of the characters that Sombra is a very effective counter to, and these characters are all characters that essentially rely on their abilities, like the bumpers on consoles, to be effective. For example, Genji, if he doesn't have his dash or his reflect, he is super easy to take down. Same with Tracer, if she doesn't have her blink or her recall, she's super easy to kill. Hanzo, you want to hack him so he can't just scatter arrow you. Even Junkrat, so he can't trap you or use his mines, although Junkrat is kind of just an annoying character, period, and I wouldn't recommend engaging him regardless. Mei, so she can't ice wall or ice block and heal to get away from you. Every single tank, if you play it well, if you get behind them, Diva, Reinhardt, Winston, and Zarya, they can't put up their shields. They're essentially worthless, especially like Winston and Diva and Reinhardt. If they can't do their boosts to get away from you or attack you, then they're also very vulnerable. And then Roadhog, especially if he can't hook or self heal, he's extremely vulnerable, easy to kill. And then every single healer, Lucio, if he can't pump up the volume, Anna, if she can't do her splash damage heal, Mercy, if she can't fly back to her allies, and Zenyatta, if he can't Discord orb you, they're all extremely vulnerable. So yeah, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. There's a few cuts in there. I hope you guys don't mind that. But I love Sombra. I hope you guys definitely try her out and take my advice, take my tips, and have some fun with her. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next one.